should be live already. I'm going to gesso a couple of things. For my gesso brush again. Was a couple one. This is my gesso brush. Yep. Because these are new ones, not for next year, but the year after. Yeah, they need to be gessoed. Otherwise, I can't use them. These are gessoed. These are gessoed. I need a drying space for them. These are gessoed so they can go later. This is my own blend of gesso. Until I run out of gesso. If I can still open it. Oh. Crunchy. I don't think I can open. I think the gesso dried out. And considering there's glue in gesso. How am I supposed to solve this? I mean, I can force the thing open and then do it in another canister, whatever. So that's not the issue. There we go. See, all it needed, it was a little bit of sharp force. Okay, so this gesso is very bubbly, which I don't like because I just shook it. So I'm just gonna degas it a bit. It's not gonna degas it completely, but at least a little bit. Okay. A couple of coats of gesso anyway. But I do need to spread it out very well. Otherwise you get chunks of gesso left and right. Do I have a flat brush for gesso? Not yet, but I can arrange that. Edit flat brush for gesso. Not my good brushes. Oh wait, there's a medium one. Way too long. Perfect for gesso. And this is the character Anzu. If I'm correct, she's for the final year of 3D printing project. Her outfit was an accident. At first I was like, this is the weirdest outfit I ever made. And then it was like, I actually kind of like it. It's been a while since I gessoed characters, so not the most interesting thing to see. Especially thanks to that glare. I have a sunscreen I can close, but then I need light for me to see what I'm doing. So that kind of defeats the purpose. There you are, my tweezers. Just plain eyebrow tweezers. Found them on the street, so someone must have lost it. When I found something that's lost, I keep it with me for at least a month, and I check all the socials. Mentions about 6 months after the find, I actively start using it. Because I know it's not mine, but I also want to save things from landfills. Reuse. And I mean, I washed it. And nowadays I use it for pretty much everything. So it's getting a lot more use than just eyebrow hairs. Okay. First layer of gesso with Anzu. Done. And I need to clean the gunk off the side, so next time it won't get stuck. That's all dried up gesso. That can interfere with the lid. And yes, I should check the lid as well. But first A, then B. This is still very wet gesso, so let's move. It's also awful weather outside. And I really mean awful weather. It's warm, it's humid. Really not my favorite kind of weather. Still using the big brush to get some gesso on. And then using the thinner brush to get it in all the crevices and get rid of as much bubbles as possible. I don't have all the designs yet. Why am I doing this? Come on! It's the second time I mess up the blue because I touched it with another coat. Well, at least it needed a lot of more coats, so. Anyway, I don't have all the art for next year done. So that's something I'm going to focus on soon. First, I want to focus on book 6. Because we're getting there, Countdown has begun. Yesterday I managed to edit 2 episodes. So hopefully 2 again today. Probably none tomorrow because I need to reinstall my new laptop, which always takes such a while. Such a hassle. It's a bit too much. I'm getting heaps again. This one is a re-released, well, not re-released. This is an old one. I'm just redoing because I learned a lot from the first one, and I want to see if anyone is interested in buying this, as probably gonna be a magnet. Not sure. Could be a maxi pin as well. Because it turns out you're allowed to sell things that include Miku as long as you don't heaps of money of it. So I'm first only going to make one. And if it turns out that people are interested in it, I'm probably gonna offer blanks. People can paint themselves. And pre-paint. Because you know I have to make money somehow. And I don't have to get rich. So everything I make is always underpriced. And don't worry if there's some white on the back, because I actually only spray painted this and didn't even use some gold paint on it yet. Because it's the back. And you really see the back most of the time. And if you don't like me watching me watch gessoing things, that's okay. I also have a couple of things that are left to paint. Quite a lot, actually. I don't think I made the card captor Sakura one. Well, I can always make that if I want to. Getting rid of the bubbles. And just so I'm doing thinner layers now because I have more time. And when the 3D printing project is over, I'm still gonna release 3D designs. Don't worry, not in a regular interval. I'm gonna focus on my novels again, my art, crafting. Because this is quite hard to do so much. Maybe I'll just do a design a month or something like that. and occasional freebies because I still want to do the witch character. Come on, not around the eyes. I also have issue chopping that away again. Okay, gessoed. The other one is already all dry because thin layers dry quickly. Ohio. Or also the final year. So eventually I'll probably make another priority run again, which need to be done first. There's a lot of things I learned in these past 2 years about crafting. I'm not perfect yet, far from. At least I'm learning what I can do. What I like doing. For example, I like mixing colors. I like galaxy painting. I like designing keycaps. I like designing hairpin swords. I just want to curve it a little bit as well. Wait, is this new or old build printer? A new printer. I do think things are a little bit curvy because of the heat in the space, and that helps curving up my characters. Shows how hot it's been here that all my characters start warping. Ohio will be one of the short story characters. Not a full novel, but a couple of stories. She's a descendant of Naraku, daughter of Mizu. And while her mother had a very cranky personality, she had a very sunny personality. From all the daughters, only Mizu had 6 daughters. Only one actually looked like her, both character-wise and looks. That's also one of the characters, the set of characters I need to 3D print eventually. The 6 sisters. Ohio is one, and then you have Ohio, English, Hitori, French, Yamashima, and yes, those are languages, just pronounced differently. So another character, the Senaku. Great granddaughter of Mizu, Rere. Well, since I don't really need it anymore, go wash in here. I used to have a separate jar for washing up my gesso so I could mix it with hair in there again. But I want to finish this gesso and use actual gesso. So I have a jar less. I am satisfied with my own because it's crappy white paint, good gesso, and some crappy glue. And I think you're going to see it a little bit better because it's getting grayer outside. Is the promised rain finally coming? And the final one should be for next year. This one is a little bit flat. Very proud of this one, so I hope I can do it justice. It's Kitty Ocean, old 3D printer, but yeah, at least these are characters I can sell. It does look very cute, so I think I am going to redo Kitty Ocean warrior form and Mika Eye and at least all the female warriors because the male warriors are just a bit meh. Just one, should I make a pin out of it? Should I make a magnet out of it? And I know I shouldn't keep my brush that long in here, don't worry. There you go. Go back in here. Go back in the jar. It's getting a lot colder all of a sudden. Could it be that it's finally cooling down outside? By the way, I can unwarp this by just heating it up with a heat gun and put something flat on it. But it also rewarps with heat. think this is a very good brush for lettering. But I don't like, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so that's just so. And look, Anzu is dry enough again for coat number 2. I think 2 coats is going to be enough even. And then I can put them on the to paint pile. I also like mask painting for just the basic colors, because you just put it on there, let it dry, and then yeah, no shading. And because I shade with mica powders. Okay, coats are fine, then it's already quite white. Maybe a third coat just to be. That's not going to happen today because the corners are not dry. At least I already know this is. It's the yellow I usually use is a bit too dark, so I'm probably gonna need to make a blend. Or no, I think it can. And why gesso? Well, the paint adheres a lot nicer to a gessoed surface than a slick 3D printed surface. Plus it makes it a bit more white. You can make gesso in different colors, by the way. Meaning you need less layers. of roughen the surface up so the paint will adhere nicer. That's why there's probably glue in, make it adhere a little bit better. And maybe I can finish this before Fantasy Fest and take it along to Fantasy Fest. See if anyone is interested. The gesso, the good gesso I'm using, by the way, is from the Action. The bad gesso was from the Vibra. And it was probably very old, and all the, well, I think they used maizena or something like that. Had sunk to the bottom, making it from the start. Because when I cut it open, the bottle, I had a whole chunk of dried up gesso. Was fun, by the way. I still have it somewhere. Not sure what I'm going to use it for. Future things. But yeah, my paints are, except the white that I have, are cheap. Because I also want to show you don't need the most expensive materials to make good art. Nice second coat. And after this, I'm going to first clean the lid and then continue with the things that need to be painted and not gessoed. Because this needs to dry well before I do the first coat. And my spray varnished things should all be dry, or dry-ish, with the crappy it keeps on sticking. This is work that also. And the final one. You don't even need that much gesso. So I'll be needing this jar. I'll be having this jar for a long while. It is a bit boring work. Glad I'm done. Well, just one more leg. The last leg. Okay, everything's been gessoed. Now let's see if I can gunk out of here. This one is very weak. Do not keep it long upright. So here's my gesso brush that puts you here. Okay, so this should fix the closing issues. Okay, how clean are you? Dry are you? Not taking much risks. Hello, Kasumi. Remember, I'm going to try something new with the eyes. Mizu, how are your eyes? Good. gonna give you a second layer. Liberty, your eyes are doing great. Not gonna risk, or am I going to risk the? Yeah, I'm going to risk the red as Hello, second viewer, whoever you may be. You are. Well, I have one on Twitch, one on YouTube. But Liberty is almost done. Should be either next year or the final year. When paint is running out, I'm gonna put some other red paint in here. Because I have a nice rack for all my mixed paints, which I can put 4 next to each other and then have a little bit of space next to it. And this is just perfect for next to it. So we can do the lines and see if I missed anything. Gee, how about to ruin a brush? As expected, brown paint nowadays cracks. Don't know what happened to it. Maybe some water in there. Maybe some too much water on the brush. Maybe it's the skin paint. I don't know. Let me check the mouse. That's even. Wait. Oh, that's just a sliver of paint. When I no longer, if I run out of blend paints, they'll put something else in there or just put it in a dishwasher. Right, I needed a little bit of mouth to step. I don't put any water on the desk because I always put brushes in water, topple it over. We're heading towards 15 minutes. I only want to do an hour. I want to do 2 hours, split in two. So, did that. Malin, how is your eye? Okay. Eye is fine. Now I need my darkest blue. That's not the high school paint. Because the high school paint, despite it being a good paint, just doesn't want to work with me lately. Yes, I'm going all over it. Because I needed a lighter, the darkest layer. So I can put this half layer over there. Technically it should be darker. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. Let's see if I can make something out of this because it's my high school paint. Good quality. Don't like me anymore. Also, it's smelly. Smelly paint. So I have a little bit of clean water somewhere. This is already chunky. At work, they're gonna guess what I've been doing it. Let's see if this will make it. I'll recommend this little, I think it's a milk foamer. If you mix paint a lot, absolutely recommend. Really saves a lot of time. Easy to clean. And we'll find out if this mixing helped with this paint. Right, so I still have about 10 minutes left to do. Don't worry, don't worry. Because I have plenty of characters that still need to be painted. And I need this one for the eye. Not sure yet how I'm gonna do the stripes in the hair. Because Tengai does have striped hair. But that's a future problem. Tenga is also for the final year. She is the main character of my future book series. I'm currently working on Eternity for publishing. And when that's, I'm gonna slow work on Horizon. Used to be called Mirai, now it's called Horizon. It's going to be very tricky for me to write because Tengai needs to be manipulated. Only the others shouldn't find out about that, and therefore they claim her to be a terrible leader. Helps on being manipulated by the evil ones. She's not a bad character, she just has a lot of misfortune. Oh, sneeze coming up. Luckily, I have a microphone with a lovely mute button. Red, 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 red. My lovely, lovely red. My favorite red. Though it keeps on separating. But nothing a little stir won't fix. And I only need a little dab for this little point and this little point. Okay, now to think about the blue stripes, because I think I'm just gonna have let's first do the easy part. I should paint a character, not my fingers. And yes, this is still the easiest part. They believe in the story that if people are born with multicolored hair, they will have a very life. So they expected so much of this character, then it turned out they had hoped, meaning she must be a failure. Don't have much characters with multicolored hair in the Seiken universe. I have 2 that have multicolored hair, so that doesn't count. Phew. That was the easy part, that big one. I do hope this will try a little bit darker. A couple of lines I probably need to redo. Why did I ever design a character with this kind of 2-colored hair? Should have made it easier for myself. Huh. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this because otherwise it's gonna bother me. Whew. Did it? I'm going to bring back my dark purple. My brush is too wet. See, you don't really need much paint for this. Which also means such a tube is going to last. Very blue on camera, but it is intense purple. I'm not sure if I'm can fix that with some light. No, it's just very blue on camera. No. At least I tried. We'll figure out why the lid doesn't come off later on. Future problem. Way too much. Again, brush too wet. Great, there's a spider walking over me and I'm scared of spiders. One moment. Go away. Not sure where it ended up. Is it a small one? Oh, there you are. Oh, you're one of the jumping spiders. I do not like. Just go away. And hide before I accidentally roll over you with my chair. One of those jumping spiders. And yes, I am scared of spiders. I do try to keep their necessities, their usefulness in mind. Does need a little new. Sense it jumping on me. I don't know where it jumped from. But didn't kill it. Spiders are useful. Okay. Anything from the other characters that's already dry. Not this anyway, so. Little spider. Go, 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 go. Jump away, jump away, jump away. And jump this way, jump this way, jump into the darkness, not into the light. Okay. Should be safe. Should be safe. So this is pretty much the final thing I'm going to do. Just going to check if other characters need an extra layer. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. And well, this is dry enough. Let's see if my reblend mix now works. Also, it's raining outside. Still a very smelly paint. Again, a very wet brush. Oh, how about I not ruin my brush? Might be nice. This is a bit tricky to do because, you know, it's very far away. Well, looks a bit more handleable. Okay. The rain shower has finally begun. You know, just when I'm about to stop. So I guess I'll just continue it a little bit. Extra just fine. Because these are dry enough. CA extra long. Oh, for those who were worried, the spider was about not even a centimeter, so that's why I wasn't screaming like crazy. Would have if it was a lot bigger, because we can't get big ones here. Also, they're not poisonous, venomous, whatever you want to call it. It's just a plain jumping spider, and handle them with care. They should not bite you. Well, at least these characters can get their first coat of paint next time. I wonder if you guys hear the rain. It doesn't have to be an even coat. Most paints I have need 2 or 3 coats. There are a couple exceptions. Shouldn't forget the eyes, because the eyes need to be painted as well. Rain is becoming late already. But I'm gonna finish this gessoing. Because then I can start painting them next time. Or at least put them to my pile of to paint. Sure, their sides, little lines at the sides that are still not dry, but it's okay. Because at least it's dried in. I like brushes with shorter bristles. It makes me feel I have more control of them. Two more. Maybe I'm gonna turn this into a cherry miku. First, probably a classic miku, and then if someone is interested, a cherry miku. The new filament color is blue, by the way, so everything I print is now blue. Dabba-dee dabba-die. There we go. Final coat for Miku. Still raining, but I still need to clean up here anyway, so hopefully by that time. If you're watching this video later on, do let me know how How was the quality of the audio? How was the quality of the video? Because if this works through my old laptop, I don't have to take my new laptop back and forth. It would mean a lot less hassle. Last leg. Okay. Gessoing done. Looks very white on camera, but trust me, it's not really white in real life. Where's the lid? Here's the lid. Up. Okay, that was it for today. I'll be seeing you again, hopefully next week, hopefully with either a new computer or, unless the quality of this stream was fine, probably on this computer again. But you, bye bye. Yes, and stream. Oh, still working on. Yes, I want to end this